Okay, are you ready? We're at the trail, the Pathseekers Journey. And what we call this is called the Path of Attainment, because we're moving up to the wisdom, the temple of knowledge, which is symbolic, which we will reach once I make it through this path. Now I'm going to go fairly quickly here because, it is a lot to see, but I'm going to stop at there's 12 different stops to stop, and each one represents one of the books in higher learning as you go up through the phases and through the concept therapy texts. All right, so let's get moving. Here we go. It is a beautiful day, and this is the path that we're walking on. And of course, right here is the beginning of the nature trail, which if you'd like to read it, you can. It basically says this is for postgraduate instruction in geology and biology. The student should proceed from this point to the outdoor classroom at the top of the nature trail, which is what we call the temple, symbolically. Along the nature trail, the student will encounter 12 signs which represent postgraduate instruction in concept therapy. At each sign, the student will observe the geological and biological features surrounding the area of each sign and interpret the quote in relation to the feature observed. So here we go. Let's go for it. All right, now, this is like the sunken forest or something, okay? So this is the first stop. This is the first bench. And here we have the rays of dawn. It is a man's duty to develop his own potentialities, physical, mental, and spiritual. And as he becomes aware of the oneness of all life, he recognizes his duty to all God's creations. Rays of dawn, page 160. All right, so now we're going to move up to the second spot. And we are going uphill. Okay, second one. I love this one. A study of health is vastly more important than a study of disease. And that would be from the concept therapy text, page 114. And there's the bench, so you can sit and rest. Now we're going to go through these trees. Quite amazing. I bet when it rains, the water comes down through here, buddy. Number 3, no greater knowledge can be attained than that which enables man to know himself and to know the laws under which he lives. Phase 1, page 152. All right, let's keep moving. I love these rocks. It's just incredible. So now we're at, I think this was 4. Well, there's our bench, and there's our sign to grow in self-control, in patience, in equanimity, is to grow in strength and power, and you can thus develop only by focusing your consciousness upon a principle. Phase 2, page 58. All right, now it gets a little more steep here. Work your way through the rocks. Got some pretty rudimentary fences blocking you from falling off. Phase 3. When a person liberates himself from the bonds of desires from his heart and finds satisfaction in serving the spirit within, he has attained to spiritual consciousness. And that's from phase 3, page 44. And this would be the rock that you would sit on and think about it. So now we're going to go further up the path of attainment. We're going to come to another stop, another bench, and phase 4, conceptology. The real self is seeking but to liberate the soul from its own bondage of illusion and error. Phase 4, page 29. So now we're going to be continuing up the path. We have another bench to sit. You might want to watch your head on this one. And here it is, from basic principles. When the spirit brings its gift by pouring itself from through us, it can give to us only what we take. Basic principles, page 160. All right, now it gets a little steeper. And here we go. A little handrail if you need to hold on. Obviously, this sign is gone, so maybe we could all come to a consensus of what we should put on this sign. because this would most likely be phase 5. And there's your bench. I bet the sign's around here somewhere. But anyway, let's keep going. Now this is kind of a cool path coming up here. And a spot you can hold on to as you come up here. So now we're at, I believe, phase 6. Consider that in all the vastness of the universe, this great power operates it all according to law. Phase 6, page something or other there. All right, and we have another bench to rest. All right, so now we're coming up, getting a little closer to the end here. Phase 7. I am content to be the one who just plants the seed and not necessarily the one who will reap the harvest. Phase 7, page 6. And now we're continuing up the path of attainment. We have another bench to rest. You know, the path of attainment can be weary. Sometimes you need to sit down and relax. All right, so, but that's not me today. You yourself must tread the path that leads to the cosmic knowledge. That's Cosmic Principles, page 67. And that's a much higher understanding of spiritual growth than trying to carry the world down at the base, where you're more worried about pain and hot and cold and money. And now we're coming up to this realization that it's up to you. It's your job to lead to yourself the cosmic knowledge and thus help everybody and everything around you, help the one life. Okay, so we're moving our way up. And another bench. And no sign. But I assume this is for those who are not ready to make the breakthrough. And now you see the opening. It's clearing. The sunlight is coming. And here we are. And there's the temple. Right there. Now this is symbolic. And this is the Pathseekers temple. So we're going to walk on up here, because I earned my right to be here. I've left some of my bundles behind me, so I'm light-footed and I can move quickly. I'm not burdened with the anger and the guilt and the resentment anymore. I'm moving into the spirit, into the light. But I'm not done yet. There's a bunch more steps here to really achieve that cosmic oneness. Now, from each one of these bricks, you're going to see people that had donated. Bob, Sharon, there's a lot here. I'm not going to go over all of them, but all of these bricks have been written by other people that have contributed to the creation of this Pathseekers trail and this temple. And so we're going to move up. They're even kind of worn down to meditate, to eliminate the negative, to have compassion, to be truthful. Now we're walking our way up. These are hard. They seem so easy. Here's a hard one. Speak not of yourself. Enslave no one. I personally know Bob Orazon. He was my dad's first concept therapy teacher back in New York. He was a great man. Here's somebody's name you can read. Dr. Jim Rokos. Here's a good one. Never criticize nor condemn. Pathseekers Club. Look for the good and go about doing good. Now this is cosmic principle stuff, right? 10 rules. Find no fault. That's when I begin every day. Okay, so now we're up and oh my God, we're close. Now we're in the area where everybody's kind of waiting around, wondering what they're gonna do. You can see you've come up the path, but we can still go higher to get to the real spiritual knowledge. So we're going to go through here and I will show you the secret passage to get to the tie at the top. The very, very top. The pinnacle. The Illuminati. The knowledge of that there's just one power expressing itself through us, through matter, perfecting. It's called consciousness. Busy. Matter is busy. Consciousness is busy evolving matter. I got a little winded there. We're getting there. All right. And here we are at the top, the pinnacle of the Pathseekers path. And this is symbolic. And from down here, you can see everything in God's world, in the X-Powers world. God, call it whatever works for you. But we know it's just one power. And now you're at the pinnacle. And look at the vision you have, the view. It's incredible. Right down there is the CT Ranch. And I just wanted to share this with you. I've been here since I was many times in the past. It is by no means done for. We can bring this back. We can bring back, because it's a truth. It's a principled truth that never is ever going to change. Personalities might push it in one way or another. One person sees it this way, another person sees it that way. But when you get down to the basic core essence of the concept therapy, teaching, and philosophy, and what Thurman Fleet was carrying to the people, it's pure in its essence. Nobody can destroy it. They might hide it for a little while, think that they have a new idea, but the truth will always come out. And with that, I want to say, oh yeah. Dr. Tread Rissacker, chiropractic board member on the board for concept therapy, and I'm a licensed doctor of chiropractic, and I just want you to know that we are not giving up. And yes, I got a little sweat coming up the path of attainment. No one said it would be easy. Thank you so much. Concept Therapy Institute, San Antonio, Texas. We're always available for higher instruction. When you're ready, give us a call.